Okay, my name is Molly Grover, and I'm going to present my overview of the campus plan. Um, First, um, when it begins, it goes with his speech, and it goes into his overview, which kind of basically is explaining what this document is for and what he plans on doing for this campus. He presents a 5-year plan, which basically he kind of brought it up upon himself after the fall 24 class came in with his record-setting amount of students. So mainly one of his key points for this is he wants us to grow. He wants Charlton to grow. And to grow, you got to expand. So recently he has built in at least Integrity, which was in the fall of 2014, and the year after that he then built Heritage. The next two that came were Traditions. He remodeled and then built a brand new one next to the rec stadium, which also caused for loss of parking, which he also knows will end up having to be expanded because if we bring in more students, we're going to need more people. We're going to need more places to park. The rec center is a big priority too, along with the stadium, and campus in general wants to make sure that it's people friendly for families when they come through. And some of the major outcomes is with the rec center, he wants to expand it by adding pools, so indoor and outdoor, which would be a great idea. The pedestrian friendly, as I was saying, is going to be the walkways through campus. So he's trying to make it not so much just roads and add more landscape across, so sidewalks with plants and trees and more nature coming through the campus. The expansion through the stadium, which is going to be great. He's going to expand on the outside, which will allow for a max of 10,000 people rather than what it is now. The remodeling with that, I think, will also attract many people. Buildings. He's adding in new academic buildings, which on top of that, the plan was made in 2015, so now, of course, it's 2017, and there has already been the remodel of the Humanities building, and they're currently under construction in the parking lot next to the library to build a new engineering building. Housing, I explained, he is actually tearing down a couple dorms, and then he is still building, and I assume there should be more to come. In the analysis, he's basically analyzing everything that's on campus currently and what he needs to do with it. So we have two campuses. There's the main campus, right, that has all your buildings in it, and then you have your ag, which is further down close to 81. And one of his big things is he kind of wants to bring these, in a connected path so they're not as far away. Some of the current projects, I told you that he's going to be demolishing a couple buildings, which are Bender and Ferguson, which have been there for a while. But when he demolishes those, it's supposed to help with Washington Street, which needs to be remodeled. It's kind of a danger zone. Integrity is a new one that was already made. The Humanities building, and he's added a couple parking lots in the past couple years. With the addition of students, you gotta have parking because you have commuters and you have visitors, you have your people who live there, so your recreational users, you have staff. There's so many people that are going to be on campus, touring campus, and there needs to be parking for that. So along with him building, he knows he needs to additionalize some of the parking. The maps that are included in the analysis, they kind of show floor plans in a way, but it's not like a specific building. It's the campus, so it's going to show you where your buildings are and like some of the ways that they plan on, expanding, remodeling, what spaces can cannot be used, some of the routes that would make it easier for students to walk through. Also, there's landmarks that he wants to add into campus. I believe one of the Master 4 is you already have your main ones that we use around campus, like the statue. And so he's going to add in a couple more, which he believes will attract more people, as do I. The Ag Center's pretty much brand new, so with that, he believes that there's a lot of room out there for us to expand off of that. In his developmental plan, it's basically just saying, what needs to be done and how they're going to do it. So Washington Street is with, the demolition of Bender and Ferguson next to the library. The new landmarks, those will be additionalized throughout the building process. And then it goes into his next steps. So when you get into your next step, you got to have funding for all this. So, bring in more students, you get more money. So as we bring in more students, that's how he's planning on bringing in the money for it. He's going to have to find parking, dining. He was talking about, get more students. You're going to have a bigger area for students to dine in, not just what we have right now. The Texas Department of Public Safety is obviously going to be a big issue because there will be way more people in town than there usually will be. And since it's a small town, it's one of those things like you gotta have safety. Landscaping too. You want your campus to be pretty. Like we're under construction right now, which probably isn't what people want to see when they come. So once it's like finalized, it'll look good. So my evaluation for this. The document design was great. I think it laid it out pretty specifically, what needed to be done, and obviously some of it's already being done, which is great. His visuals were clearly laid out. All of them were captioned, organized properly. He had his, for each section there was visuals in every single one that basically laid out what he needed, what it could look like, and what it did look like. The quality of the writing was great. It was very specific. He knew, his wording was great. And I think the effectiveness of it, it's going to turn out great. I think the campus will grow, and I think it will bring in a lot more people. And the purpose of it, obviously, is to, let people know, like, what our plan is, what we plan to do. And I think he did a great job in explaining it because it's something anyone can look at, and it just shows that we're trying to promote and make our campus better. We're trying to be better, and I think that's all you can ask for. And that's all.